Hey everybody, today we're going to do a video on making up a wood box to sell campfire wood in. I have one gentleman that I sell some campfire wood to, and he just had this old steel rack that was out there. I'm going to make this for free. I'm probably just going to give it to him so stuff sells better at his store, which will help me in the long run. It's a crappy day outside. We just got done having a pretty big snowstorm. I'm letting things melt off. The wood yard's a mess because I don't want to plow the wood yard off, so I'm going to stay in the garage saying build this. I think it's going to be something that I'll sell a lot. I want an avenue of getting rid of a lot more of the camp wood. I'm getting loads of logs, some for free from small logging guys, other landscape guys. When they only have 3 or 4 logs, they're just dumping them on my lot, right? It ain't worth them having a truck go get. Right now in this part of New Hampshire, to get logs picked up by a log truck's about $400 for the trucking to get it brought back to your house. So, you know, if it ain't good. A lot of these guys that are doing small lots and home lots, they don't bring them to a sawmill because they're afraid they're stealing them and they'll lose that connection. So unless they know the wood's real clean, most of the stuff I'm getting, let's say there's 10 logs on that load, I'm getting a couple good saw logs. I shouldn't say couple, sometimes you get 6 or 7 and then you'll get 3 or 4 logs. I'm just cutting up for campfire wood. So I'm going to have an abundance of campfire wood this year. I do have a handful of people that take it by the skid, 1/3 cord skids, which I've been making up the last few days in here. What I'm going to do today is build this skid. I want to show you what I'm going to use for material. I got an industrial park that I found that has a lot of skids. And that's all oak. That's a real nice skid, so I think that's a good base to build off from. And this is all stuff that I cut on my sawmill before I really knew what I was doing, so it's like missized and not the best stuff, and it's starting to gray. So I think I'm going to, between that skid and this rough cut lumber, that pressure treated lumber I actually found in that industrial park. There's a shipping company out there that makes skids up. They also have a lot of stuff come in on skids and they re-skid it to ship out, I think is what happens. But there was a lot of that stuff out there. Those 4x4s are kind of twisted up pretty good. That's why they got thrown out, I think. And same with those 2x4s. They actually got a pretty good roll to them. But I'm going to guess that was brand new lumber that they just let sit too long or something. But I grabbed it today. I went there one day. My son-in-law told me about the place and I said, oh, I'll go check it out. And I got a rounded truckload of skids and lumber. When you're making skids up just to throw split wood on, I don't really want to go buy lumber to do it with. I'm going to see if I can make a decent looking stand to put this campfire wood on, so this guy's store, make it look a little more professional. But that's what we're going to be working on today. I want to put that skid on something and build the legs off of it somewhat level. But I want to kind of showcase these tough built. They're real faded out, but I'll show you the brand. I'm pretty sure I bought those at Lowe's. But them are probably some of the best sawhorses I ever had, and I like the way the legs adjust down all the way to that height. Most sawhorses don't go much lower than like 32 or 36 inches. That will actually go down 2 inches lower than that, but that's the height I want to build this stand with. But I always say in my videos I'm going to showcase tools that work good. And I've had a lot of weight on these and I've never had an issue with them. I want to show, I did the front legs 6 feet tall, the back one's 5, because that's about the maximum height I had. These were all cut offs from something. And waste wood from a place I got it at, and then I had this one post left over from something I did, which is getting pretty cracked up. It's nothing I'd want to use on someone's deck or something. But same thing with the scrap pieces. I did some 45 to throw in here like that. I'm going to try to make this thing rugged, something I can move around with the forks of the tractor. I'd like to get 2 of these built. This one and a smaller one with the scraps I got around. I still have some stuff outside. If the snow melts off good enough today, I can get at. I'd like to take today and get these both built. One of them I know I've got to put at a store. And the other one I might try to find a place to stick out somewhere. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't believe you're gonna, deal with something like that. But this is a good way to get rid of the smaller slabs that come off my sawmill. I can chip. I've only got a 6-inch chipper. If I split them, or even like just bind them up as slabs, 16, 18 inches long. I have a handful of people that take them on this. They do a 1/3 cord skid of them. But even those, if I bundle them up, I think would sell. So it'll give me another way of getting rid of the waste. I really don't want to just burn the waste off that sawmill to get rid of it. Sometimes having the ash around to stick into some loom or whatever, if you're trying to darken some loom up. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's how most guys do it, by throwing ash. But again, I'm gonna try to do that. But I'm just gonna have an abundance of wood coming in, especially if these logging companies and other landscape companies keep bringing me stuff. I want a way of getting rid of that waste. And I just think this is a good way to get rid of my pine and hemlock, a lot of birch, which is birch is sellable, but I don't like putting too much of it in my firewood, mixed firewood that I sell. So if I do something that's not pine, it will probably be birch and stuff like that. But we'll see. It's just, I think it's going to be another avenue to get rid of some material rather than have a sellable product rather than just waste. I want to show where we're at this point. I took a skid, scabbed some pieces together to get that to hang on the back, just to hold the wood in. I did the best I could with these 4x4s. A couple of them were like corkscrewed. They were twisted so bad. But I cut the 45s out of the short pieces. I don't want any big amount of money or time in this, but I think I want it to look kind of cool so it catches people's eyes. I don't know if I'm going to paint it. I might. We'll see. I think it's going to stick out enough. The contractor in my neighborhood says he's got a bunch of short pieces of red roofing that I can have. He actually called me up and said, hey, next time you scrap steel, I'll just grab it, but I'm going to use it on this. So I'll go grab that later. It's right in the neighborhood, so that's cool. I'm hoping there's enough there to maybe do 2 of these. There ain't big money in this. I'll tell you right now, firewood, I enjoy splitting wood. And I mean, I really do. And I do it. Other than that, if there's anything else I can be doing with my time, I'm better off doing it. There's not a lot of money in firewood, as far as I'm concerned. With my equipment and stuff, if I got anything better to be doing, that's what you got to be doing. I got that roofing from my neighbor, pretty beat up, but gonna work for what we're doing. I just want to show this one's just about done. I'm gonna actually put some couple boards on it where we can put camp wood or firewood or something like that. Overall, I probably got 4 pounds of screws in that. Other than that, it was all stuff that I wouldn't have used other than home projects anyways. That's kind of cool. The rack the guy's been using, the way this is going, I'm pretty sure the guy, that crappy rack that he had, he'll be happy to see this. I'm going to try to get a couple other areas to put these in. Like I said, some people might think it's weird I'm wasting my time with it, but it's just stuff I'm having fun with in my 50s. So, even building this was kind of fun, to be honest with you. 19 inches of snow 2 days ago, and it's pretty much just a mucky mess everywhere you move. I don't even really want to be up in the wood yard today, so it's a good project to do. I'm going to do that. This is just about done. I'm going to ask my daughter what her thoughts are about maybe either painting something on here or making some signs up. I might have her paint something up, make this look a little neat. Other than that, though, that's about as fussy as I want to get with it. Where this one's going, I wanted to make it rugged because there is a chance someone would back into it or something. I ground the edge on that, so I'm just going to hit a little spray bomb clear coat. Other than that, that's pretty much. I was thinking about painting it. There's been a few videos I've watched where people are like, oh, you got to make yours look more professional than everybody else's, but I think this is going to work. I'm happy with the way that looks. Figured I'd take a shot where we're at, and we're going to start on another one. That's another oak skid over there in the corner. I'm going to try to base something off that. I believe the next one's going to be pretty much all rough cut lumber. I might try to incorporate these skids. Pretty sure I got enough here. All right, we'll get back to it. There's one down, good enough. I'm happy with that. A little bit rednecky looking, that's what I want. Now I think I'm gonna take that skid over there. That's gonna be a little bit smaller. That skid was oversized, but the guy that this is going to normally gets 50 bundles at a time from me. So, and I'm gonna build the other one, see if I can find another place to put it. The second one's a little bit smaller. Like I said, that other one was an oversized skid. And this other one, I'm not even 100% sure. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need it. I got another guy I think I can put a stand out at. My daughter came out and painted camp wood on the other one to make it stand out a little bit. We might outline that with white too, or orange, but we'll see. So far, this is lumber that came from that shipping place, and some of this grade lumber's odd stuff I had from the first year I got the mill. I cut some odd stuff up, but I did have to go up and grab a couple 12 foot. I think they were 14 inches wide, but I got a bunch of that. Same thing, I took the two off the top that were kind of grade, and we'll use that up to do what we got to do here. I don't sell any of my lumber off my sawmill anyways. I bought my sawmill to do these type projects with. I just think it's a side hobby type thing of mine. I didn't do it to sell lumber. It is kind of neat when you have a project like this going, though, and you can walk up in your wood shed and grab wood like this. Working on the second stand, wood stand. That skid in the back kind of fit in there. It's gonna work. Just to keep stuff from falling out in the back, I'm just gonna take and cut that level, put one more board in. We'll put a roof on this one, and then I think we'll be in pretty good shape. I think they're gonna look pretty cool when we're done. And like I said, I think what your stand looks like might even help the sales of it. And I wanted to do this with pretty much scraps, and that's what I did. So I'm actually gonna probably do some more projects with some of the skids. I found too, like some of the skids have some fairly good quality oak on them, so I might try to do some projects. Just I get a kick out of doing it. I'm actually enjoying doing stuff like this, and it's such a mud hole for probably for another day or two before I can do much on roads or stuff like that. So I'm in between projects, and even my wood yard's a mud mess, so I can't even split wood right now. I had to go grab one more 12-foot board to get some cross members put on that roof to put the steel roofing on, but other than that, I've got most of this done with scraps, which is what I wanted. I'm also gonna make another run on that shipping place, because there's a lot of loose lumber there, especially rough cut stuff. But we'll see what they have next time I go by. We go by there a few times a week anyways. It's not like we're going out of our way. I just take my pickup truck. I got one sheet there. I gotta go. Like I said, my neighbor, I think I'm gonna grab whatever he's got left there. I think it's 5 or 6 sheets, because I may do another one of these. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We're finished up with the second one, and like I said, I think that's gonna be it for now. If it's something I think might work for me, I'll keep building them. But I want something that's rugged enough so I can bring it wherever it's got to go with a trailer and grab it with the forks. They're actually pretty heavy, even though they're made mostly of pine. A little bit of oak in it. The skids are oak, and that back one's a heavy skid. But I think it's kind of cool. Other than that, scraps. The neighbors had that. And I probably got, I'm going to say 5 pounds of screws in it. It's what I got for actual investment. We're going to call this one here. I built the two wood stands. Hopefully I can get this thing going a little bit. It's going to be a good way for me to get rid of the waste off my sawmill and logs that are coming into me. This is exactly why I bought my sawmill, is to do projects like this behind me. And like I said, I got to build a sawmill building around the mill itself. I do sheds now and then and stuff like that. But I thought this was a cool project, so I taped it, and hopefully you guys feel the same. And again, I'm going to say, please like and subscribe if you like what I do, and appreciate you watching. Thank you.